This is the Fertile Mindset podcast, where we explore all the emotional aspects of fertility to support you on your path to parenthood. My name is Sarah Holland. I'm the Fertile Mindset coach and a mother to 2 children after my own fertility challenges. I hope you find all the support and inspiration you need within this podcast to carry you forward on your fertility journey towards your own successful outcome. It's also my wish that through listening to these episodes, you rediscover how to enjoy life now and live it to the full while you wait for your baby. Now, let's begin today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Fertile Mindset podcast. I hope that you are well, and if you're not doing so well right now, that's okay too, and I'm just so pleased that you're here. You're hitting play on this podcast, you're giving yourself some support, some connection, and knowing that however we feel, however hard we're finding things, it doesn't have to stay that way. We can reach out, we can ask for and receive support, and begin to create the change that we want to see for ourselves. Now, this topic today of overwhelm is talking about a place we can find ourselves that is totally all-consuming and can feel impossible to move through. And I think it's a place that many of us on a fertility journey get to at one time or another. Or maybe we feel that we're living in a constant state of overwhelm. Life is busy anyway, even without the extra time and energy needed for fertility appointments, research, reading, treatments, and just all the headspace that it takes up. If you're feeling like you just have too much on your plate right now, then this episode is for you, as I'm going to be including tips and guidance on how to cut through overwhelm using EFT. And just like last week's episode, I'd love you to listen to the episode first, then apply EFT by yourself if you know how to, or scroll back to episode number 20 where there's a 5-minute guided EFT round that you can use. I'll remind you at the end too, along with the timestamp for the 5-minute exercise. Okay, so back to talking about overwhelm and why we need to address it. I think overwhelm is one of our biggest enemies, I really do. It's so pervasive. Once it starts, it's almost like it takes on a life of its own. It's like it feeds on itself and it multiplies. And then it becomes very difficult to control. It's very difficult to cut through it and just let it go, because once we're at that state of total overwhelm, there are so many things, so many thoughts, and so much going on. We're beyond being able to think about things rationally, and we're beyond being able to calm ourselves down or focus on what we need to. That calm, rational perspective is long gone, it's gone out of the window, and we're in a state of overwhelm. And overwhelm can creep up on us really quickly as well, so it's not like we always have time to prepare for it. We can think that things are going quite well and that we've got something under control and everything's good, but then just one extra thing goes wrong or one extra negative thought comes in and that's it. It all comes crashing down like a house of cards, and we feel like we have nothing sorted and nothing is in our control. We haven't got a hold on anything anymore. It's all become much too overwhelming. Now, this is the last thing that I want for you when you're trying to navigate a perhaps complex fertility journey. A calm, clear mind is your friend when you're trying to conceive with fertility issues and making key decisions about next steps or fertility treatment. As I said before, overwhelm is not your friend, it's anything but, and I'd love to share with you an effective way to cut through overwhelm whenever it rears its ugly little head. Overwhelm is an ideal thing to use EFT to tap on. It may feel like it's not, and that you need to figure out exactly what is overwhelming you first so you can address that. But this is the one time that we can confidently break one of the golden rules of tapping. When you use EFT, it's usually best to focus on one specific issue and sometimes a specific detail of that issue. The more we drill down to the key aspect, that is the real emotional trigger for us, the more effective EFT will be in resolving the negative emotions and discomfort you feel around it. But when you're overwhelmed, you can't think clearly. It feels like even the small things are problems when they're not individually. It's the sum total of them that is the problem. So when we tap on overwhelm, this is the one time that we break the rule and tap in a general, more global way on many things at once. This is because this is what the issue is, that there is so much going on that you have reached a point of complete overwhelm. There are too many things to worry and stress about, and you just don't know how you're going to work through them all. So what you do instead of getting specific is tap on the overall feeling of stress, worry, anxiety, whatever it may be, that was triggered by all the many things that are going on in your life right now. And then once you have tapped on this, which will only take 5 minutes, you will start to look at things more clearly and you'll feel like you have more space between your thoughts. You can then go right to the issue that is triggering you the most, causing you the most stress. It will be obvious what this is as the overwhelm starts to clear, and you'll have the headspace too to not only tap on it directly first, but then also be clearer in how you think about it and address the problem. When we have a calm, clear mind, we are far better at finding solutions, being creative, or gaining a perspective that is more supportive. So if you've got to that critical point where you just can't take on any more right now, or you can feel yourself edging towards it, then I'd love you to use EFT tapping. Let's see if we can clear some or even all of the overwhelm and make life feel a little easier, a little calmer, and get you back in control with all the resilience, wisdom, and inner strength that you have inside you. If you know EFT already, great. I'll give you some tips now and you'll be good to go. If you'd like my guidance in applying EFT, then after I've given you these tips on how to address overwhelm, please then go to episode 20 and skip ahead to 17 minutes 33 seconds, where there is a 5-minute guided tapping round, which makes it easy peasy to tap along and clear stress and overwhelm. Okay, so the first thing to do is to notice how overwhelm is affecting you right now. Does your head feel full? Do you feel frantic? Do you feel frozen and uncertain? And what emotion are you feeling? What name would you give it? Worry, fear, sadness, or something else? And how high is this level of discomfort on the 0 to 10 scale? How high is your overwhelm right now? 0 is calm and neutral, where you would like to be, where there's a sense of calm and space in your mind. And 10 is the strongest imaginable, the most overwhelmed, the most stressed. Once you've connected with how you feel and how strong this is on the 0 to 10 scale, this is when you are ready to tap. Go to episode 20 at 17 minutes 33 for guided tapping if you need it. It is always so much easier to tap when someone is guiding you through it. Even I feel that after using EFT for about 18 years now. If you'd like more support and resources to help you with using EFT for you and your fertility, then do check out my membership, the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. Free memberships are available right now at fertilemindset.com/sanctuary. And I'll also be opening up the subscription level of membership again in September, which includes lots of guided support directly from me and the lovely group of members too. By joining the free level, you'll automatically be on the waiting list for when we open up the monthly subscription membership again. And if you can't wait until September and you're in need of more guided support right now, then please do get in touch with me at mail@fertilemindset.com and I'll see how I can help you. As I said at the start of this podcast, you have taken an important step today in self-care by just making the decision to listen to this podcast. Do take at least the next step of tapping with me to reduce your overwhelm or even get rid of it completely. Can you imagine how good that would feel? Have a try and find out. It only takes 5 minutes to find out how this can work for you. So that's it for today's episode on cutting through overwhelm. I'll be back next week talking about a new topic. And if there's anything you'd like me to cover on the podcast, do get in touch at mail@fertilemindset.com or find me on Facebook at Fertile Mindset or Instagram at fertile_mindset. Take care until next week, and I wish you a week free of overwhelm. I'm so pleased you're listening to the Fertile Mindset podcast, and now I would love to invite you to join us in the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is my fertility support membership, which is focused on taking care of you and helping you enjoy your life while you wait for your baby. In the Sanctuary, I'll guide you through using an amazing technique called EFT or tapping, and you'll soon be feeling less stressed and more joyful. If you're not already in the Sanctuary, do come and join us today, because the best time to start receiving support on your fertility journey is always right now. Honestly, it makes such a difference to have good quality emotional support and techniques that you can pick up and use yourself whenever you need them. Go to fertilemindset.com/sanctuary to join us today. I look forward to hopefully seeing you there and at the next episode of the Fertile Mindset podcast.